Okay, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to Master Your Master. You are with us. Thank you for joining our session for the Introducing the Master at MTEC, the MSc ETH MTEC, the Master of Science in Management, Technology and Economics. And for today's session, we have two speakers. It's me, Bastian Bergmann. I'm the coordinator of this program. And I have another speaker with me, which is Michael. Michael just graduated. Last week we had the graduation ceremony, and now Michael is already an alumnus. And we both would like to introduce the program to you from my side a bit more from the organizing perspective, and Michael will share some perspectives of you from the student perspective, which also might be helpful for you to understand a bit what we offer. Yeah, I mean, we are online. That doesn't mean that we cannot interact. I guess you all are very familiar with Zoom. Please feel free to interact as we would also do in our normal lives, sitting in a lecture hall. Raise your hand, have a question, unmute yourself. Would also be nice to, if you turn on your video, we see you. You can use the chat. The chat works for this session as follows, that you put your questions there. While I'm talking, I cannot answer the chat really, so that's why we collect your questions in the chat, and we hope that in the end we will have some more minutes to go through the most important questions on your side you have to our program. So yeah, we would begin this session with the main introduction to the program. I hand over to Mike. In between, feel free if you have a direct question to unmute, and we can take it up. Otherwise, please feel free to use the chat. So yeah, where could we start? Typically, we start with the why question. Why MTEC? So you registered for this session, I guess, because you want to know what is MTEC about? How can I, with my bachelor in a natural science engineering discipline, build my career with continuing at MTEC? And so our goal is to give you a bit of answers to this why question. So why expand your profile as an emerging engineer or natural scientist? And why does it make more sense, let's say, to build on MTEC than acquire a purely business or economics education? This is also possible when you start with a bachelor in economics and you continue with a master in management. Why is the profile of coming with a bachelor degree into the MTEC program a really relevant, let's say, education in that domain? And still be part of this technology-oriented and science-driven environment of ETH Zurich for those students internationally or outside ETH. Hopefully we can give you also a bit of sense of what does it mean to be at ETH, to be part of this community. So yeah, why this question? Why is an education building on natural science and engineering, combining management, economics and technology insights so relevant of when we look at today's challenges? And let me start with the first one, digital transformation. And I'm sure every one of you has now some ideas, already some experiences in your private life, in your professional life, I guess also a bit like internships, or even in your bachelor studies, you are coming across this topic, and you have a sense, I guess, about how, let's say, the different engineering fields are impacted by digital transformation. And now at MTEC, it's really key to become aware of this integration of these technologies into processes, into, let's say, management processes, into the economy as such, on the societal level even. So this is one aspect why this education of building on something engineering or natural science is key for leading today's transformation. Another factor I would like to point is climate risk. Also here we see that acting on this behalf, either it's in economic terms, in management terms, is of highly relevance to understand also the natural science, the engineering components behind this phenomena. And to understand sustainability also from the let's say from the technical, from the natural science perspective, and to integrate that knowledge into practice in companies or in agencies or on the societal level even. So by pointing out these two, let's say, challenges here at D-MTEC, for us, it's really key to let you understand that working on these things is, let's say, a joint integration of different disciplines, of different ways to deal with problems. And so as such, at D-MTEC, you become really a manager of integrating different perspectives, working together, sharing ideas, communicating your ideas in a professional and efficient manner in different situations. That's why bringing together technology, innovation, and people is key at D-MTEC as such, but also very key to our program. So also the educational elements we have in our department are really on this vision, streamlined on this vision of outline I showed to you here. So then let me summarize a bit what I already said using these three examples. At D-MTEC, really it's about to integrate the natural science and the technology with management and economics. It's also going beyond theory in a sense, going for applications, going for, let's say, understanding the business context, understanding or experience, let's say, also part of the program is actually to experience, to get into this mindset to make change happen, okay? And this is a bit more like having a theoretical understanding, of course, but although it's relevant, I mean, also the things you will learn at D-MTEC are based, of course, on research we do at the faculty, and you have direct access to that when you study, but still we frame it a bit like going beyond theory and also in different special formats in our education program. And again, what I said, succeeding together, that's quite important, by people, with people, and also you will feel this in a collaborative learning environment as such. Okay, building on these things I explained, what can you do with an MSc MTech degree then? I think you highly qualify to be somebody either in the business or in agencies or staying in science and academia to bring together different perspectives, to integrate, to reflect on cultures, to different mindsets. Basically, you are maybe becoming a change maker in that regard. You will understand to transform ideas. You know how to motivate, you know what about those psychological elements maybe become more relevant. It's not all about technology as such, but it's also mainly about transforming these ideas, putting them in practice. That's mainly on a high level about MTech, and as such also the department has its vision to really integrate these different perspectives. Let me give you a bit of a flavor of kind of courses, of kind of lectures which we have at our department, and then you're going to see really a small example here of possible topics you come across. Okay, you can start with principles of econometrics. So principles sounds very fundamental. It's kind of really make you familiar with the fundamentals of economics, of macroeconomics, but also of accounting, of financial risks, but again also of management, right? We have here technology and innovation management. You will learn about this. But also you see already a bit of more focused lectures like climate finance or power and leadership. Also here we have new technologies in banking and finance, which is basically trying to build on, let's say, machine learning or blockchain infrastructure. How does it enter the financial world? I mean, which we see a huge transition in the financial world based on these technologies. And in this lecture, you're going to be a bit exposed to these transformations. Also here, entrepreneurship, it's also key to our department. I mean, you are also very welcome, and we're going to support and have dedicated formats to let you become the entrepreneur. Okay, there's also lecture formats in this domain. Now I go a bit more into the bit of structure, into the 2-year program, into this master. And you see here this tower, this wooden tower, and you see somebody taking wood out, actually, I would like to use this picture in a sense that we offer much more than you can take, and it's a bit of your, let's say, your choice to design your own study profile. Okay, either a bit more to sustainability, more to analytics. That also depends on your background you bring to this program, and we would like to use a bit this picture of choosing the right setting for you. You are not alone with that. We have different structures. We have a tutorship program. You are not alone, but still joining this program means also you design your profile in a sense. But let me start with just going a bit through the different elements of our program. Maybe then you have a bit of understanding of what you expect at MTech. Here you see an overall structure, really a high-level breakdown of the 4 semesters. And you see here the core courses. Core courses go along 6 skill areas. And you take a lot of, let's say, these core courses in the beginning to make you familiar with the foundations. I think we have here a list of the split. So it's about human resource management, it's about strategy, it's about operations management. It's also a bit about quantitative methods, analytics, but of course also about micro, macro, and financial management. So typically these skill areas, they have 3 to 4 lectures, and you have a certain command here to have at least 51 credits from this portfolio of courses. Let me just go back here. And then there's another category, MTech electives, outlined here. These are courses of your choice to go deeper. For example, this new tech in finance lecture, or climate finance, or entrepreneurship. You have a choice. There's a huge portfolio of MTech electives available for you to deepen your profile. And also there's the supplementary courses, which are supposed to be non-MTech courses taking at other departments. So non-MTech meaning also not purely management and economic courses at other departments, but here you build on your profile of your bachelor degree. You go either in that domain and take master courses, or you choose a bit of a different profile here depending on your discussion with your tutor. In red here below are the other program, the other components. If the internship is part of our program, so it's highly recommended to take this internship. I mean, it's actually part of our program. Some students do it before, but we highly recommend it to do it in between, to really build on what you learned and take it back to the program. That's of enormous impact. And finally, you end up with your master's thesis. So these are the usual building blocks, I would say. And upon that, we have an additional structure to foster your personal and professional development. So we have a bit of formats available for you, like case challenges with industry companies. We have an entrepreneur leadership seminar where you're also working groups over a semester on a real case together with a company. We have also available a mentoring program where you team up with mentors, alumni from the program who are working or in agencies, to give you support over the time window here. And we have also a platform or an ecosystem, I would say, of career talks and joint workshops with companies. So we have great exposure there, really to give you insights, to help you building your own network, to get insights on how other students did the transition into industry or where else. You are not alone with that. We have here really some structures to build on that. Just as a showcase, it's a seminar I coordinated. It's the case challenges were on risk. We work together with Swiss Re. You see here the boardroom. So you see here our students entering the boardroom of Swiss Re to team up for a challenge, presenting it at the end of the challenge to professionals to discuss, to get experiences. So this is going to be a format which will come across when you join MTech in different domains. We have different case challenges on different topics. So this is just an example for you to understand a bit the different flavor. So here you have a bit of statistics or a sense of who is with you in the program. Typically, we have a cohort size of 81 students, quite international. Here you see the split that we have. Half of our students come from ETH. come up with a bachelor degree of ETH. And the other ones join internationally, and some other Swiss universities joining also the program. And here you see a bit of split of the background of your students, of the students portfolio. Mechanical engineering, electrical engineering in the lead, but also computer science is rising. So we have a different set of people coming with different backgrounds to our program, but all share, I would say, this engineering, natural science, quantitative approach, and you will integrate. And it's also something which makes our program really unique in a sense that you have a bit of interdisciplinary students and collaborations among these areas. Okay, finally, where do our students go? We have here a slide put together based on a survey. The transition into industry, you have many doors open, I would say. It can be quite diverse. You see here a bit of list of industries where our students enter. You see also here a number, 62% in management position, meaning of people being a change maker, right? Being somebody who understands the technical expertise, but bridges also, let's say, in the management or in the economics contents. So that's actually where we educate you in the sense to take these roles in industry. Of course, also we support you in founding your company, following on your ideas, how you communicate these ideas. I think it's nice to have an idea, but it's even more important to communicate your idea and to put your idea into perspective or into reality, let's say. And also there, students take this path from our program. You see here some application deadlines. There are 2 windows. I think this is more general information. You find all the relevant information on our homepage. We have now the international window starting now in November, and we have the second application deadline for ETH students or Swiss students by end of March. And there's a special situation for the bachelor degrees coming from MAFT and ETET. You have this consecutive enrollment. You simply register for this program. And there are also guidelines and deadlines to do this. Please be aware and please check it out. All other students run through the usual application process. And once again, for the students maybe joining internationally, an engineering degree or natural science degree is binding for getting admitted to this program. Okay, that was one from my side. And I'm glad to hand over now to Mike to share his insight as a student. So please, Mike, let me stop here, and please, Mike, you take over.
Thanks a lot, Bastian. Just give me a second. Okay, hello everyone from my side as well. As Bastian mentioned, I'm a very recent alumni of MTEC at ETH. I will very briefly discuss about my background, who I am, and a few things that I consider are important for you to learn about the program. And of course, if you have any questions, just write them in the chat or feel free to contact me afterwards. I will be more than happy to answer them. Recently I graduated from MTEC. I also hold a master's degree from mechanical engineering that I took back in Greece. And as an experience, I was a very active member of university student associations, mainly aerospace ones, for more than 5 years in total. 2 of them were in ETH, and I will tell you about this experience also. I have 2 internships, one in military aircraft engine development, and one at UBS in banking. And I wrote my thesis at Swiss Air, the airline company. And after graduation, now I'm already working as a supply chain management consultant. Yeah, a few things about myself: that I love sports, gaming, and cooking, and all of these were important for me as a student at ETH. As I will tell you also afterwards. Yeah, so about the studies, what was pretty interesting for me was the first semester at ETH. It was very, very busy, very packed with coursework, and that's a good thing because you get to choose almost 10. Of course, it varies from student to student because you still have some freedom of choice, but the consensus is that students usually take as many of the core courses they can on the first semester so that they learn about the different specialization fields early on. So you get to experience different expertise, different professors, different chairs, and you can have the time then to make up your mind where you would like to focus more on. And of course, then you would have the choice of choosing your supplementary courses in combination with your previous degree. So this means if I find finance particularly interesting, and I'm also a chemical engineer, then perhaps I will take some courses from chemical engineering as supplementaries on the next semester, and then maybe some more specialized finance ones. So it's a good recommendation to keep in mind that it's a good idea to quickly select as many courses as you can on the core courses on the first semester. And be careful with the time management. So this is both a good and bad thing. You get to experience how uh, how a very busy guy in or girl in Zurich live. But this is very, very exciting because there are so many students with different backgrounds, and you get to change courses like every day. You get to do different project work. So there is so much experience packed. It's just one semester, and of course you get to know all of these new people. So the first experience for me as the first semester was very, very interesting. Then the coursework relaxes a bit because the courses get more specialized, so you get to have your choosing. The knowledge is more to your taste, let me say. And yeah, I mean, there are so many different formats. You get to do company visits, which for me was extremely important, as I will tell you also in the next part. You get to do project work and courses mixed with MES students, so students that are already working in a company, which for me was invaluable because you already have some very, very important connections that share the same interests as you, the same academic background, more or less. So you get to be friends with them, get to know stuff about their companies, their industries. For me, this was amazing in the program. And of course, you can choose courses also from other departments, which also for me helped a lot because as Bastian knows, I found a new interest in risk management. And I also took some courses, risk-related courses from mechanical engineering, for example. And they were a bit more quantitative than the ones we did at D-MTEC, but that's exactly what I wanted. So I supplemented my learnings from D-MTEC with courses from other departments, which is, again, one of the very big benefits of D-MTEC. And of course, while you're doing that, you get to cooperate with people from other departments. So I was working with mechanical engineers. I get to know their insights from their degree, what types of coding they do. Again, this is another added value to the program. But for me, one of the most important aspects of it is the networking capabilities. This is incredible, how quickly you can build up your network, not only with students, but with seasoned professionals, experts, international experts that come to give lectures at ETH. This is not only from D-MTEC, of course, there are some open lectures, but D-MTEC itself organizes a lot of them, and there are some weekly ones, some random ones. There are some guest lecturers coming in courses from companies. So you get to expand your network very, very rapidly. And there are also the aperos, the networking events, the projects you do at companies, the student associations, which I highly recommend you joining. This is incredible how fast you can build up your network. And for me as a professional for 3 months, basically, I can already see the benefits of it. So only in 3 months I have seen I found myself in a position where I have to contact a company and already know a guy there, so I contact him directly, and we get to speed up the process. So this, I suppose, this will be invaluable in my career from now on, and this is something to pay attention to, because you need to be open to new connections as well yourself. But one of the very, very strong points of the program. And lastly, I want to discuss about the student associations. So MTEC is quite a busy program. You get to have a lot of coursework. You get to also choose an internship. So you have a lot of things to do. But I suggest that you take an extra semester, or you do some very, very good time management, and you join a student association. For me, as a mechanical engineering, that meant that I would join a technical one. I also had a lot of experience and interest in aerospace organizations. However, as an MTEC student, I was able to participate in a new way. So in a way, let's say, of a management function in the team. So I joined ARIS, the Rocket Association of ETH, where I was responsible for operations mainly, and some logistics on our travel in the US. So I particularly enjoy it because it's for the first time I was in a team of people as a manager, like with a management function, while everyone else was from engineering, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and I got to experience like how a guy with management knowledge can add value on a very big complex project like that. Not only the technical aspect of it, but also the field work in the US, etc. So
Mike, sorry, not interrupting you, but can we? Yeah, we have only 3 minutes left. Is there?
Yeah, I'm
could you
basically
just?
done.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So just to conclude, just be open to every opportunity, and keep in mind that MTEC is your start to your new life from now on. So you're very welcome and free to choose your own path through it. But the possibilities are really endless. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. Thank you so much. You see my slides now again? Can you see my slides again? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much,
not
Mike.
They're not in presentation mode. Yeah.
Let me see if I can. I don't get it. Probably start from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now questions. Questions are concerning, can you enter in spring? Yes, but only for the consecutive programs, only for ETET and MAFT. All other students are invited to apply. And if you do so, you have to use the application windows, and then you start in fall. What is the average grade? No, sorry, what are the requirements for physics students? So the requirements, I mean, you qualify with your bachelor degree from ETH in that domain, physics, of course, natural science. And then you write your application containing your application letter, containing your degree. Maybe, and also a bit of outline your experience, why MTEC is relevant for you in your career path, and then all that package combined will be looked at from the admission committee, and then you evaluate. It's not only the degrees; it's really your personality, your picture, you kind of plan how MTEC will help you to achieve your goals. I would say this is important. So I hope that helps on this side. So as I said, average grade is not the most relevant thing, only one, let's say. Okay, can you do this course as part-time? No, this is a full-time master program, 120 credits, 2 years with a bit of flexibility, but no, this is full-time. Where are the companies from the networking events based? Only Switzerland or all around Europe? It depends, I would say. So typically, we work together with companies which have their headquarters here, which are quite international. So our students entering these industries have the opportunity to collect global experiences within these things. I mean, we are in Zurich or in Switzerland, you have the finance sector, you have reinsurance, you have also large manufacturing companies of international character, I would say. Yeah. Is there a possibility to do the program in 3 instead of 4 semesters? Not really sure. I mean, please take in mind that you write the master's thesis, your internship, and also you heard a bit what Mike described in terms of management. Yeah, it's a bit of a English. Please check the English requirements from the ETH admission page. There are some standards to this, especially when you apply from abroad. What is the difference between a master in MTech and an MBA? And why would you recommend doing the MTech master? An MBA means that you have already a degree and you have a substantial amount of industry experience or professional experience, and then you qualify to join an MBA. If you do so, you do not qualify for the MSc anymore, I would say, because this program is designed for students coming with a bachelor degree, maybe with 1-2 years of business experience as such, but it's certainly not comparable to an MBA. This is a full-time master program at ETH. Answers, yeah, there's also usual answers from the ETH admission office. I can only say, please check the website on this one. Yeah, I hope I was able to answer the most important questions. Simone, you say stop when the session is over. I think you have to head to the next session.
Yes, maybe we can answer a few more questions in the student chat this afternoon. That would be
exactly. Let me finish here this my presentation with a bit of link to resources you get from our website. Of course, we have a study guide which gives you much more detail, much more insights into our program. We have the chair guide, which presents the different chairs at MTech. Also from that, you get a feeling of what kind of research question, what kind of topics are at MTech. We have also a social media. Maybe you want to join some of our events, which are public, of course, on that domain. And finally, there's another session for today. It's a chat session with 2 of our students. Please have your questions then ready also for this session as well. So thanks again for joining. You can also write us an email if you have more specific question. And with that, I also thank Mike for joining and still being part of MTech community, and also Simone for setting this up. And I wish you still also some other nice sessions as part of your master event series. So with this, we close the session, and I thank you and have a nice day, and hopefully see you at MTech. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.